Welcome to the Leo MonWell Podcast, where we talk about everything health, wellness, and healthcare. I'm Leo MonWell, medical social worker and success coach. I have a special guest here today, Juanita, who's going to walk us through her journey in the medical system. Juanita?
Hi, I'm so excited to be here with you today and to express my medical journey from the ups and downs.
Oh, I love that. Can you tell me what your experience has been like in this healthcare system in the United States from birth till now?
Wow, that's overwhelming. From birth to now has been a wild journey. I can remember one incident as a young child. I had to have both Achilles tendons lengthened as a child.
Okay.
I couldn't walk properly until I was about 4 years old. So I was toted around a lot, like a little baby. Things were kind of rough then. I remember them having to be in a cast for about a year. I can remember them telling me if I didn't eat, they were going to have to give me shots and IVs, and how overwhelming it was as a child to even be in that moment. Them telling me I'm in pain. I'm telling them I'm in pain.
Yeah.
But, well, you're going to have to get up and do it anyways. But there should have been some type of help, mental health, even as a child dealing with that, not being able to walk.
Do you feel like going through that specific medical journey, you had the support from your family and healthcare system that you needed at that time?
I don't think I did. I feel like there should have been more education, more information that would help my parents deal with the situation better to help me.
Okay. So can you kind of tell me, paint the picture for me and the audience of what family dynamic you come from? What is your culture? What was it like? You know, I'm an African American and my family is very okay with healthcare, but I know in different communities of color, we all don't have the education and the information that you were just discussing. So paint us a picture of what it was like growing up in your family.
Well, I was raised by one type of family that was not even blood. I am multiracial. When people look at you, I get all kinds of stares, or like, is she? What is she? Who is she? Does she have a right to be here with us? Or how I fit in the whole world, honestly, all the time.
Multiracial. Are you comfortable explaining what backgrounds those multiracial?
I am Black, white, and Puerto Rican.
Wow. So tell me kind of that interconnection, how that has affected your health, what that's been like in those different chosen families. Kind of let us know.
Well, being raised one way and taught one specific side of them is really hard when you wake up and you realize you knew deep down inside you were somebody else. And you kept expressing yourself. No, that's not who you are. But you knew you were somebody else inside.
So do you feel like having those different identities has impacted your mental health negatively?
Negatively and positively. It's helped me grow. Definitely once I realized who I was and started really pulling back the layers of my personality, it really helps me.
Did you ever have to seek guidance from a professional or a friend or family member to bring out truly who you were?
Yes. I would actually reach out to school counselors when I was young because I couldn't go to my family because I didn't feel like I fit in properly.
Wow. So when was the first age you realized you were feeling lonely?
Probably teenage, probably preteen, 12, 13, 14. I was really lost.
And how long do you think you really felt lost for? So let's say you said 12, 13?
Yes.
Right? How long did you really feel lost for? 5 years, 10 years?
I would have to say up until I probably started having my children.
Wow. So how many years from 12 to your first child?
6 years.
6 years.
No, 7 years, yeah.
7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Walking that lonely emotional path, what did that do to you and do for you in the long haul of your life?
It definitely made me stronger.
Okay.
It definitely made me stronger because I knew at some point in my life that I wasn't just the person that had to be taking care of myself. I knew I decided to bring children into this world, that I had to be a better parent and educate them, take them to their health care needs, being there for them. So I knew I had to be a stronger person.
So to me, what you just said is that you had to push yourself out of your old habits, whatever they were, both good and bad, to become a stronger individual, more than just for yourself.
Yes.
But for the clan, for your children, for your tribe.
Yes.
Right? And so do you feel that without your tribe, you would be here in the same way mentally? Do you think you would show up for yourself in the same way?
I don't think so. I know if I hadn't had my son, I don't know if I would have made it to be 30.
Tell me about that.
By me changing my life for him and being a better parent or person, stop it all, the partying, the drinking, the careless things and ways definitely went out the window when I had him.
Wow. So you became more intentional about having a better life for yourself.
Yes. A better life.
Through having a child.
Yes. I did a lot of counseling then, seeking counselors, mental health. They tried to put me on some mental health medications, and then I looked deep in my side, and I didn't want to be on those medications. I wanted to be better for myself.
Wow. Do you see other people with similar journeys of other parents you may have met that are friends that have also kind of been similar to you, where parenthood was a key moment for their wellness?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times in life, when you look back at my friends and peers, where a lot of parents weren't there for our children. I think it's generational, or there for their children. They weren't coached right to be better parents, to coach us to be better people.
Wow. So to me, you just said that's all looped in generational trauma. So parenting is looped in with generational trauma. So would you agree with the statement that it's a domino effect?
Yes.
Right? So the fact that my mother's mother might not have been loved, so all she did was pass on a tradition of not being loved.
That's correct.
So how did you break that cycle?
I told myself I was going to be better. I told myself that I could be a better person each and every day. And I tell myself that every day when I get up.
What do you do when you can't show up for yourself? What do you do when just telling yourself isn't enough? How do you make it through that hump or hurdle?
Meditate. Do a lot of meditating. Thinking inside instead of overwhelmed thinking.
Okay. Meditation is a very intentional practice to relieve stress and anxiety, and it really helps people grow. But for you, what has it been? How did you learn about this intentional practice? Because meditation has been around since ye olden days, when 5,000 BC, they started the form of meditating. So how did you learn about this ancient practice that we still use today?
I started honestly just Googling other alternatives of how to help myself. And I Googled and started self-help. That's really what I've done. This helped 5 minutes, 10 minutes, read a lot about it.
So you took a personal initiative to make yourself well.
Yes.
Right? And it all started around your son.
Yes.
Right? Further, what would you say to yourself now? Now, I'm assuming there's been some time since your firstborn was born. Mm-hmm. How have you maintained that, right? Because we often go through, let's say I went through a car accident tomorrow and I got better, mm-hmm. right? But then all of a sudden I started to get back into my old habits. How did you prevent yourself from doing that?
I didn't say I got back. I did get back in those old habits.
Okay, tell me.
I did. There was times of relationship fails that went back to the drinking habits, the depression, the sadness, the things that really bring you down, but you got to push through it. And now I have 5 grandchildren, so I have to keep telling myself I have to be better for them as well as I did for my children. Wow.
So you're spiritually, you have the spirit of what I call the eternal mother.
Yes.
Right? You were a mother for your children and a mother to the grandchildren. Yes. And these are cycling back into your wellness.
Yes. Right?
They're symbols. Right? They're what's keeping you on track. They're the bumper lanes, right, of your bowling alley of your life spiritually. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
Agreed.
They keep you on track and headed towards the pins.
Agreed.
How do you encourage your young ones, both your children and grandchildren, to prevent some of the missteppings that you had, right? Because your testimony and your life is a template for their growth.
I tell them to slow down and think about it all the time. Mm. Life is not a rush. You've got to study it, plan it. Don't just jump in all the time. I tell my grandchildren, you got to be there for each other. I had one the other day just saying, I hate my little brother. I said, no, you need your little brother. He needs you to be a good person, to teach him to be a better person. I'm constantly preaching on how to help other people or help each other grow individually. If you don't, what are we here on this earth for? Why aren't we growing and learning how to help each other instead of bringing each other down?
I agree wholeheartedly. I have a statement for you. Do you believe human connection is a form of medicine?
Yes. Yes, I totally do. Human connection, touch, love, hugs. I miss that as a child.
Yeah.
I missed it. I need hugs every day. They need hugs. You need a hug.
Yeah.
We need to be told we're okay, and it's going to be all right a lot more than.
Yeah, I see you're feeling your words. Tell me what you're feeling in this moment. Do you mind in this moment if I give you a hug?
I would love it.
I think I needed that too.
Oh, I felt it.
Yeah, you feel that?
I feel it.
Everything you said. And I saw your eyes start to get a little bit watery because you're really passionate about your words that you're expressing right now. What are you feeling in this moment as we're talking about human connection as medicine? What are you feeling?
I feel great right now. That did feel great. That hug, we need that more often. People don't realize we need that. We need to let people know it's okay. It's okay to get a hug from a stranger, a person. That's an awesome feeling, to feel accepted right that moment.
Yeah. And, I think the power of physical touch is so underrated when it's mutual and consensual, right? It's every day we're so afraid, right, to reach out, shake someone's hand, or just embrace them in a very okay way because it's okay not to be okay.
It is okay not to be okay.
Today, when you came here, how did you make yourself okay?
I got up this morning and said, it's going to be a great day, God, and I have got it, and I am that person, and it's going to be good every day.
So use positive affirmations.
All the way over here.
Wow. What is an affirmation to you outside of those ones? Can you give me other examples? How do you tell yourself to keep going?
I am awesome. I am awesome no matter what. I'm awesome. I was put on this earth to be awesome.
Wow. And is that also your mantra?
Yes.
I love it. I love it. And I think more people need to have a statement like that because we all are awesome. We have innate intrinsic value, whether you believe in God or you don't, we all have value in the world. One of the things that I love, and I want to see if you love this statement also, going back to biology, is when they say that we're all made of stardust. Have you ever heard of that statement?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so they say like all creation is made of stardust, right? So to me, that statement always is a very powerful statement because we're all like the magic of the universe, whether you think of that as God, whether you think of that as spirituality. It is saying that we are connected to the most grandiose planets and stars, that each of those fragments exist within you.
I do believe that. I do believe that.
Does that give you peace knowing that you're a part of a grander or bigger design?
It does give me peace. It makes me feel whole.
Ooh. Tell me what it's like to feel whole and not whole. What if they were two pictures side by side? Describe what it feels like to be unwhole first, and then what it feels like to be whole. Describe the pictures.
Unwhole feels like you're empty. Nobody loves you. You feel sad, secluded. Whole makes you're welcome. You walk into the room and the room lights up. People appreciate you. That makes you feel whole. When somebody says, I appreciate you.
Wow. So it is receiving those affirmations and giving those affirmations to the world that creates a roundness and a wholeness for everybody, you would say.
Yes. Those affirmations are, if you lead by certain things and you believe in this positive stuff, you will be positive all day long.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that when you have been mentally unwell, that's also mirrored your physical unwellness? Because I know that when I've been going through depression, I've gone through anxiety, my body physically feels ill.
Physically, pain is overwhelming. People sometimes think that I have what's called alpha-gal and fibromyalgia, and people think those are made up problems, but I'm allergic to everything, and then everything hurts. And when you're stressed out and when you're wore down and you're having these bad days, you're going to hurt worse. You're going to be more depressed. You're going to be more sad. But if you keep positive, you're still going to hurt, but you're still going to get through the day.
Wow. So you've been able to develop enough coping skills. So let me just run that back because that's huge, right? You've been able to develop enough coping skills in your life. So despite being in physical pain from your medical conditions, that you're able to get through your day with a smile.
Yes. Yes, I have. I have created that, and I believe that I'm going to be better each and every day. I feel that if I let myself be down, I'll be down. And if I want to be positive, I can be positive for everybody in the room.
So you're saying happiness is a choice?
Happiness is a choice.
So if you meet people in this world who are not happy, right? You've already made the choice. I've made the choice to be happy. I agree with you. We're on the same playing field. How do we invite other people into this conversation of happiness and wellness? How do we get them to make the choice?
Well, I have to think about this for a second.
That's okay. If it was that simple, it would already have happened.
That's correct. That is correct. People need to feed off of other people's energy sometimes. Sometimes like you said, I choose to be happy. Mm-hmm. Everybody else, I can't make them be happy. They have to choose for themselves. And you have to be positive around them and have that joy and just spread it around.
Wow. So encouragement.
Encouragement, definitely.
Wow. And I love that because it's like when I think of like free range, anything when they're like, oh, free range, chickens or free range cows or whatever, right? I love the concept of free range, right? More than like in practice. I'm not a farmer, so I don't know the actual mechanics, but I love the concept of it because they have this ability to roam the field, right? But then they come back into their house when they're ready for it, right? So symbolically, that's encouraging to me, encouraging people to find happiness in their own time. No, walk the field. Walk the pasture. Take your time. Because if life was that easy, we'd all be happy instantly.
Correct.
Right? Mm-hmm. But the fact that we're encouraging them, hey, come into the choice of happiness when you're ready is so important. How do you do that for your grandchildren? The next generation of leaders in this world.
I'm teaching the same affirmations. Be positive about their self. Be positive about their parents. Be a positive because they're smart and they're happy. If I don't teach them to be happy, they won't be happy.
No. So you're saying not only is happiness a choice, right? It's a learned behavior. It's a learned psychology.
That is correct.
Right. So if someone is around you huffing, puffing, miserable all day, especially if they were your parent, it's going to be easier for you to repeat that.
Yes. And you get in that cycle. I've been in that cycle of that huff and puffing and miserableness. And I didn't like that person. I didn't like that person at all. I want my children and my grandchildren, other people to see that I am happy internally, outside, inside as well.
Wow. That is so important. Because when we're talking about families and we're talking about the role of our connections with other people, we don't think about learned behaviors, learned psychology. The fact that everyone in front of us learned most of, if not all of the behaviors we see. We see people and we judge them. We say, look at how miserable they are, or look at how happy they are. And we don't even realize that started from the womb through the first 18 years.
That is correct. From the womb till now.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
Yes. So when you're thinking about what you want the world to be left with, what you want this audience to be left with, what is one thing you want the world, the audience, anybody listening to this podcast to take away from your story in the healthcare system and wellness system? What would you say?
Well, I would say the biggest thing is don't give up. Keep on going and believe in yourself. The healthcare system is there for you. Just all kind of resources, just reach out. They're all there.
That's so powerful. Belief in yourself, belief in others, sharing in the wholeness that you had said before. So thank you so much, Juanita. And thank you for listening to the Leo MonWell Podcast, where we talk about everything health, wellness, and healthcare. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Thanks for tuning in to the Leo MonWell Podcast. I want you to subscribe to this channel to stay engaged in everything health, wellness, and healthcare, good and bad. Stay tuned for more.